Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. Because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
Are you ready to uncover the truth the world was never meant to hear? Tonight on Update X24H, we reveal strong evidence that could shake the Chinese entertainment industry to its very core. Liu Yuning, armed with powerful testimonies and shocking confirmations from Zhao Lusi's own assistant, has turned the spotlight on the agency accused of betrayal. Stay with us, because what you are about to hear may forever change how you see fame, loyalty, and justice. Behind every bright smile that Zhao Lusi has shared with her fans, there has always been a story left untold, a quiet struggle hidden beneath the glamour of red carpets and flashing cameras. For years, she has been celebrated as one of the brightest rising stars in Chinese entertainment, a figure admired not only for her talent, but also for her warmth and authenticity. Yet, while the world saw her shining under the spotlight, few knew the silent battle she was forced to endure in the shadows. The image presented to the public was carefully crafted, polished to perfection, but behind the scenes there were fractures, signs that not everything was as it seemed. It was Liu Yuning who first began to sense that something was not right. Known for his sharp intuition and strong sense of justice, he noticed inconsistencies in the statements released by Zhao Lusi's agency. Contracts were spoken of in vague terms, disputes seemed to appear out of nowhere, and explanations offered to the public lacked credibility. To the average observer, these details may have gone unnoticed, but for Liu Yuning, they were red flags that pointed to something far deeper than simple miscommunication. He understood that these cracks could not be ignored. For Zhao Lusi, the situation was even more painful. She dedicated herself fully to her work, showing up on set long before the cameras rolled, supporting her colleagues, and striving for excellence in every performance. Yet despite her devotion, her reputation was being slowly reshaped by narratives she could not control. The agency meant to protect her interests was instead framing her as difficult, unprofessional, and hard to work with. For an actress who had poured her heart into her craft, this distortion of her character was more than just unfair. It was devastating. The hidden struggle lay in this cruel contradiction. The woman admired by her peers and beloved by audiences was being publicly misrepresented by the very institution responsible for safeguarding her career. The pain of such betrayal was not visible in her interviews or public appearances, but it weighed heavily on her spirit. It was this contrast, the shining star adored by millions, yet silently fighting against forces determined to dim her light, that drew Liu Yuning deeper into the truth. What began as a suspicion soon became a mission to uncover the reality that had been concealed for far too long. The turning point in this unfolding story arrived with the courage of a voice that had, until then, remained silent. Zhao Lusi's assistant, someone who had been by her side in the long hours of filming and the quiet moments between scenes, finally stepped forward. Their testimony was not an isolated account, but a powerful confirmation of what so many in the industry already knew, but had been hesitant to declare publicly. It was a voice that carried weight because it came from the one person who witnessed her daily life up close, someone who could speak not just of her talent but of her character, her discipline, and her humanity. What they revealed was in sharp contrast to the narrative her agency had carefully constructed. Far from being difficult or unprofessional, Zhao Lusi was described as exceptionally dedicated and endlessly considerate. She would often arrive on set hours before her scheduled call time, quietly greeting crew members, remembering names, and taking the time to show gratitude to those who worked behind the scenes. When filming stretched late into the night, she was never the first to leave, insisting that each scene deserved her full attention no matter how exhausted she felt. These details, small but deeply telling, painted a portrait of an actress who embodied not only professionalism but genuine kindness. The assistant's confirmation aligned seamlessly with the accounts of directors, cinematographers, and fellow actors. Each of them described a woman who approached her craft with humility and respect, someone who inspired those around her with her determination and warmth. The consistency of these testimonies was striking. They came from different projects, different crews, and different timelines, yet all spoke with the same conviction. This was not coincidence. It was truth repeated across countless experiences. For Liu Yuning, this breakthrough was monumental. He now held not only suspicions and observations but tangible evidence that could no longer be dismissed. The assistant's voice acted as the key that unlocked a chorus of others, encouraging more industry professionals to step forward with their stories. Together, these accounts created a foundation of credibility too strong to be ignored. The revelation marked the moment when private whispers transformed into undeniable proof. What had once been hidden behind the glossy facade of press releases and agency statements was now laid bare. It was the beginning of a shift, one that would challenge not only Zhao Lusi's misrepresentation, but also the very system that allowed such injustice to thrive. While testimonies painted a vivid portrait of Zhao Lusi's true character, what Liu Yuning uncovered next carried a different kind of weight. The cold, undeniable evidence written in ink and sealed in files. Words could be dismissed as opinion, but documents had the power to expose a reality that no public statement could conceal. As Liu sifted through internal records and confidential papers, the hidden machinery of manipulation began to reveal itself piece by piece. Among the most startling discoveries was a contract modification that had been carried out without Zhao Lusi's knowledge or consent. Pages that should have borne her signature were instead stamped and executed as though her agreement had been secured. The altered terms were not minor adjustments. They reshaped fundamental aspects of her career. Commission percentages were increased without discussion. Approval processes for future projects were rewritten to give the agency absolute control, and even personal appearance requirements were dictated in ways that stripped her of autonomy. These were not oversights or clerical errors. They were deliberate acts designed to silence her voice and tighten the agency's grip. The more Liu examined, the clearer the pattern became. He uncovered correspondence in which the agency spoke on Zhao Lusi's behalf, crafting responses and making commitments she had never authorized. Deals were negotiated behind closed doors. Opportunities were accepted or rejected in her name, while she remained completely unaware. Each discovery was more alarming than the last, painting a picture of systematic control where her identity as an artist was being used as a tool for others' gain. The emotional weight of these revelations was immense. To see proof that her trust had been so profoundly violated must have been devastating for Zhao Lusi. She had built her career on dedication, discipline, and honesty, yet the very organization charged with protecting her had turned those virtues against her, treating her not as a person but as a commodity to be exploited. For Liu Yuning, these documents were more than evidence. They were the voice Zhao Lusi had been denied. They transformed whispers into a chorus of truth, offering an unshakable foundation upon which justice could finally stand. In the sterile language of contracts and amendments, a darker story was told. One of betrayal, of power abused, and of a young actress forced into a battle she had never agreed to fight. The revelations have ignited a storm. Directors who praised Zhao Lusi's dedication expressed outrage. Fellow actors privately voiced support, sharing their own positive experiences working with her. For Zhao Lusi, the emotional toll was devastating. To give everything to her craft, only to be portrayed as unprofessional by those meant to protect her. Yet within this pain lies resilience, and the backing of colleagues who now stand firmly by her side. This case isn't only about one actress or one agency. It raises urgent questions. How many more stars are silenced by contracts they never agreed to? How often are careers controlled by power rather than talent? Liu Yuning's bold move has sparked conversations across the industry, potentially paving the way for reform, where artists reclaim their voices and agencies are held accountable. This story is far from over. The evidence is strong, the voices are louder than ever, and justice may finally be within reach for Zhao Lusi. What do you think? Will this mark a turning point in Chinese entertainment? Backhand index pointing right. Thank you for watching Update X24H. If you found this story powerful, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay with us for more updates on the stories that matter. Together, let's keep shining a light on truth.